Good morning. We're a little bit late today, but I think it was worth it, wasn't it? Yeah? Everyone excited? Okay. Now it's not my turn to speak. Now it's my boss's turn to speak. Surab, please.
My third try to talk with you. Thank you to be with us. I have a very good talent and skill, and I'm lucky to discover nice and good people, like I discover all of you during these 3 days. But before I discovered you, I discovered this nice friend. I don't think you don't need my introduction, who is Didier, but give me only 1 minute, okay? And then I will pass my microphone to him to work a little bit with you. He is excellent friend, he is excellent brother. We met randomly, I remember it was in Dubai, his wonderful country, Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, organized with us event about investments in Côte d'Ivoire. So he was honorary guest there, but not only honorary guest, what Didier he's doing all around the world is he's promoting, and he's a big ambassador of his country and African continent. But once we meet each other, he became not only African and Côte d'Ivoire ambassador, he became our ambassador of UNWTO. He immediately confirmed, and he's not only ambassador on photo, which we have millions with other ones. As you see, we are honored that he came, especially with his nice daughter, with the family, and he will be these days with us. It's a great opportunity, it's a great chance for me to introduce my friend to my other friends. This is my job, more or less, I'm doing last 10 years. And Didier, many thanks to be with us. Welcome to Sorrento, welcome to Italy. For my friends, it's great motivation. Today will be another great day. You can talk, they are very interesting. They have very difficult questions sometimes, but I'm sure that as you used to defend yourself during all your career, you will manage well, as you did always. And thank you to be with us again, and the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Thank you. Well, thank you for having me here today, and thank you. It's a real honor for me to be here with you, and when I look at the faces here, I see people coming from different places, different continents, different cities, different countries, and I love that because I believe that I am a citizen of the world. I left my country when I was 6 years old, and from Ivory Coast or Côte d'Ivoire, I don't know which one you know, it's the same country, but I left Ivory Coast when I was 6 years old to go to France, and I lived with my uncle, who was a professional football player. But I didn't go to France to play football. I went to France to study. My parents sent me to France to study, and it happened that I became later on a football player, but that was not the plan. So what do? Do I sit down? We continue like this, or?
You do whatever you want. This is your house.
Okay. Oh, nice to meet you guys. Bye-bye.
1 second, I forgot one thing. Kojo, can you give me the magazine? I'm sorry. It's again me, you know. I'm promoting myself here. But I want to inform you that Kojo, our another big friend from Ghana, he's promoting tourism for all over the Africa. So that from that moment we could not meet with our, where is it? Dear friend. See?
Oh.
So we
two beautiful guys.
Didier, he has his own foundation, which is Drogba, Didier Drogba Foundation, to supporting youth generation kids in Cote d'Ivoire and in Africa. So why I wanted, first of all, I wanted to give you this magazine, dear brother, but same time all of you and this event will be promoted in next edition. All of this magazine will be your photos with us, without us, as you want. Gojo will do it, and so we will send to brief you where we are. Thank you. I'm sorry. I will not talk anymore.
Thank you. I don't know, what was I saying? No, I'll keep it. Yeah, I went to France and to study because my parents couldn't afford for me to stay there, and also it was a chance for me to go abroad and learn and go to school and become what was called before a good guy or a doctor or I don't know, like any kind of jobs, but not a football player. And actually, I was really good at school. I was good at school until no, I was good at school. I was good at school. It just happened that at age 11 I started playing with a football team, and I did well. And then it became my dream to be a professional football player. I remember I was 8, and I saw one player that played not far from here called Diego Maradona, and he became Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Okay. He became my hero. I was so obsessed with his qualities and the way he was playing, and with the way the crowd was standing for him. And then I said, this is the job. This is what I want to do when I grow up. I want to inspire people. I want people to be happy when they see me scoring goals, when they see me playing. So that's how everything started. So at age 11, I started playing, and then I had the chance to go to an academy. You know, it's called Clairefontaine. It's an academy where they take all the best players from the French regions to perform them and to make sure that they become the best of the best. So from this center came out Thierry Henry, Zinedine Zidane, Marcel Desailly, all the big names. And for me, at age 13, it was a big chance for me to go there. And then my uncle called my dad. I'm gonna take Didier to the center. He's been one of the guys. He's been chosen, and my dad said no. He had to go to school and study. I sent him there to study, not to play football. Because remember, at the time, football was not a job. It was not considered like a proper job, because the contracts were different, the money was not the same, and you get an injury, it's over, and then what do you do later? So, to keep my parents happy, I decided to really focus on school and being good, very good. So he's going to be happy, my dad is going to be happy, and still have the chance to play my football. So that's what I did until I signed professional, actually. And I was really, really happy to sign professional. And I'm saying that because leaving Ivory Coast to go to France, struggling a little bit because my dad was not happy for me with me playing football. I challenged him a little bit, but I listened to him until the end. You know, I decided that he's right. You never know. if you want to play football, like I've seen it. Like many people, many players want to become professional, but only one or two are making it. So you need to have other solutions to give yourself different tools. So if you don't succeed in football, you can do something else, still in the football industry or elsewhere. So that's what I did, and here I am today with you guys, and it's a real pleasure to share my story with you. There's a lot of things to say, but I would like you to ask me some questions. I think it's going to be easy. Otherwise, I'll spend hours and hours and hours telling you my stories, and yeah, sometimes it can be boring. So, yes?
Hi, my name is Hamdan. I'm representing Qatar, and as you know, the World Cup is in Qatar this year. So our question, and unfortunately, Cote d'Ivoire is not qualified. Who would you be supporting?
So the first team I'm going to be supporting is Qatar. You know why? You know why? Okay, first of all, it's the country who's organizing is the host, but it's also a country that I've seen developing, and I have a lot of friends there. I was there for the first time in 2005, and to see the way the country is changing, and to see I was there a month ago also, so I've seen the difference, the evolution of it, and the World Cup is going to be amazing. Trust me, it's going to be one of the best. So I'm supporting Qatar. I'm looking for...
Didier, do you want me to help you in identifying who starts first?
Yeah, it's going to be easier.
Right. Please go ahead, darling.
Hi, my name is Kamran Brazada, representing Azerbaijan.
It's better you speak on the mic so everyone will hear you there.
Hi, my name is Kamran Brazada, representing Azerbaijan, and I'm a Galatasaray fan, and you played there. Yeah. How did you feel when you got signed for Galatasaray, and it's a new language you don't know, and you are far away from your home? And how did you get along with Fatih Terim? Because they say it's hard to get along with him.
No. You know, I'm really happy to be here because this is the World Tourism event, and football is amazing in a way that you travel the world. I've played on 4 different continents. I played in Asia, in Europe, Africa, and America. So for me to go to Galatasaray in Istanbul, easy, because I know how to adapt, and I love to travel, and I love to discover new countries, new cities, and for me it was a very good experience, and I loved it there. The way they welcomed me at the airport, 1,000 people, it was crazy, and plus I scored on my first game, and we had a great Champions League campaign.
Yeah, we can't forget the Real Madrid.
True fan. and now it was easy to work with Fatih Terim. You know what? Because he only wants the best, and so he's challenging you to be at your best. Everything you do, you have to give your best, and people will understand. Wherever it's the manager or your boss, he will understand. But you have to give your best. You have to give everything you can. Thank you. You're welcome. And Chibombom.
First of all, hi Didier. My name is Arek. I'm from Armenia. And can I ask 2 quick questions?
Yes, of course.
Okay, the first one, I want to know what is your favorite moment in your Chelsea career, in your long Chelsea career? That's the first question. And I'm going to ask the second after you answer this one.
Okay, it's very difficult because I won so many trophies with Chelsea. And for me, all of them count. All of them. But I think the one everybody remembers is the Champions League final
Against Bayern.
against Bayern Munich. And yeah, that penalty, you remember that? Okay. And it was the first time that for Chelsea to win the Champions League. And it was the first time for me as well. So this is something that I will never forget and that will link me with Chelsea like this forever.
Okay, so on the second question, I'm a Barcelona fan.
Here we go.
I really want to ask, do you to this day think that it was a robbery in 2009 in the Champions League semi-final?
The referee said it itself.
Don't you think that in the first leg, Chelsea had some questionable moments as well?
You
For
know-
example, Yaya Toure getting sent off.
Abidal.
It was Abidal, yeah.
Now, you know what? You have to understand one thing. When you play football, you are really excited and you want to win. And sometimes things are not going your way. You know, and you also learn in defeats. You know, it's not only when you win that you learn. You learn the most in defeat. And for us, it was very difficult because we played really great football for the past 3 or 4 months with our new coach, Jose Mourinho. It was an amazing momentum. And to lose this way, because we knew that this Barcelona team that everyone was praising was unplayable. We were the only team who caused them really, really big problems every time we played against Barcelona. So we went there with no fear, and to see the way the game was going, I think it's more a frustration than something else. But you know, you cannot rewrite history. You know, it's written like this. They won it. I think if they won it, it's the way it was supposed to happen. You know. Cheers.
Okay, I'm Peter from Serbia, and first of all, I'm very glad because I have an opportunity to talk to the legend.
Thank you.
So my question is, you are a United Nations tourism ambassador. So what do you think about the relationship between the tourism and the sport? Thank you.
Thank you. That's exactly, yes, very good question. That is exactly what I was trying to explain earlier. I think it's completely related because you travel from one city to another, one country to another to play. And for me, like I said, I played on 4 different continents and I loved it because I managed to learn about the culture. And you see football, when you go to a football stadium, people coming from everywhere. You see the World Cup, for example. You will see different countries, different people, but coming for the same sport, you know, and with discipline, with desire to learn from somebody else, you know. And you see in the stadium sometimes you see 2 teams playing against each other, but you see the fans cheering together. And that's what we love about sports, and it will always be linked or related with tourism. Thank you. Yes? The lady there? Oh, the young boy first. Yeah. Oui, go on. Oh. Ok.
Bonjour, je suis Marie-Camille de Côte d'Ivoire.
Comment ça va?
Je vais très bien.
Bien,
How are
bien, bien.
you? Come here to me, please. Come next to me. Come and see me. Come on. So please Go ahead with your question. How was it at the beginning? How was it to live it such in a different way? If are you talking about the career?
She was asking how was my debut, if it was difficult, and you know, the most difficult thing for me was to leave my parents at age 6. So I still remember me being at the airport, crying, and this is still here. Very difficult to leave his family, leave Ivory Coast, and go to France. So I believe if the flight was 20 hours, I would be crying for 20 hours on the flight. I cried. I just cried. But on the other hand, I really wanted to go to France, to be there with my uncle, to know about this country that I was hearing when my uncle was coming back. So I think I already had the sense of discovering new country, new culture, but of course it was difficult. The most difficult thing was to be far away from my mom and my dad. Voilà.
Hello, I am Reda from Morocco, and you probably saw this question coming, but we do have to ask it. What words of inspiration you have for the young football players who I'm sure will become just as amazing as you?
Wow. Thank you. Well, if there's one thing I can tell you, is to believe in your dreams. Believe you can make it. And this is the only way. Always believe and to work hard. But the hard work will come later. But at this age, you have to enjoy playing. You really have to enjoy playing. And don't put pressure on yourself. Don't put too much pressure. You know, just play, just enjoy, and you will see the road will be cleared. You know, so believe in yourself.
So you mentioned that, like, when you were a kid, you had to go to school and also play football. Mm-hmm. So doing this double task together, we know that football is a sport that requires maybe like a lot of time since there's so much competition. So what did you do to stay motivated and to still work hard for it?
Well, I have no choices. If you work well at school, you can go and play and train. That was the deal with my dad. So every time I was struggling at school, there was no football for me. So I was doing well, you know, I want to play. So it in a way, this helped me. And I'm really happy I went through this, because it's easy to get carried away and to say, okay, I want to play football, I want to become a professional football player. But again, let me tell you, I joined the professional football team at age 19. Before that, I was amateur. I was playing with in a small city around Paris. But I went to a football team at age 19, and I've seen a lot of players from 19 years old until I stopped playing at age 40. And only not being arrogant or so, but in my generation, in all the players that I've played with and that I've seen, I'm the only one who went that far. You know, a lot of them stopped on the way. Some of them had a good professional career, but not. So it's just to tell you that not everyone will make it. Not everyone will make it, and it's not a bad thing. You just need to. That's why you need to have another skill to bounce back. You know, so it's important. And if you still want to stay in the football industry, you can learn how to become a general manager. You can learn how to be an agent. But now there's schools for that. You know, sport director. So you're still in the football industry. You're welcome.
Hi, my name is Hassan. I'm representing Qatar Foundation. I have two questions for you. I'm going to give you an option. Either a sensible question or a silly question.
Both.
Both. Okay, for the sensible question, you faced a lot of pressure in your career, especially considering your penalty against Bayern. So what advice would you have to the younger generation on dealing with pressure?
Take a good breath and go through the journey. No, I mean the best way to reduce the pressure is to train. The more you train, the more you practice, the less pressure you feel. And for me it was different. I felt pressure only once. It was my debut as a professional. The first time that I had to wear a jersey with my name on the back. And I came on the pitch for 10 minutes. We were losing 2-0, but the manager put me in. And the other team was playing to get promoted. And they were winning, so they were promoted, and he put me on the pitch for 10 minutes. And I was like this, wow. Oh, nice atmosphere. Wow. We were losing 2-0. Wow. And I didn't touch the ball. I was so impressed, and it was a crazy moment for me. So I didn't touch the ball. And from that day I said, no, this is not how I want to live the experience. You know, I want to own the stadium. I want people to cheer for me, not for the opposition team. So I'm trying to turn, and I've turned this into a stadium is my house. So it's not a place where I can feel pressure. No, it's home for me. And football is my love, is my dream. So I don't feel pressure when I go on a football pitch. No.
And now for the silly question, Messi or Ronaldo?
Again, you cannot compare them because one was playing as a number 10, okay, and became a striker. The other one was playing as a winger and became a striker. But instead of comparing them, what you have to do is admire them. You have to admire them for what they're doing, what they've been doing, because they've been entertaining us for the past 10, 15 years. And they are great players and great workers, let me tell you. The thing you see for 90 minutes on the screen is nothing compared to the work that they're doing every day in training to give you that game. So both of them. Cheers.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Zainab from the Kingdom of Bahrain. I want to ask, what's the most important thing as a football player?
The most important thing?
Yes, to you as a football player.
The most important thing for me was to enjoy. It was really to enjoy. And the minute I felt that I was not enjoying the game, I was talking to myself, and I'm like, you're silly. Because you're the luckiest man in the world. You dreamed of becoming a football player. you've become a football player. You're traveling the world to play your games, discovering new cities. You've been to London, Shanghai, Phoenix, Abidjan, Lagos, Accra, Sarajevo, Belgrade. I'm so lucky. So the most important thing for me is to be happy, and I feel blessed. Yeah.
A great answer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I see this young lady over there who wants to ask a question. Can you please stand up, please? You're going to be next, I think.
She was first.
Yeah, you're going to be next.
Hi, my name is Sanskriti and I represent Qatar Foundation. So after such an amazing football career, what's motivated you to start an organization of your own?
So I stopped my career at age 40, but before that, since 2007, I've been doing some work with my foundation, because I believe that it's really important for me to give back to the community, and this is something that I've grew up with, the desire to help people, the desire to give back, the desire to help. It's very simple. I mean, it looks simple and it's normal for me to do that. So we're focusing on education, healthcare, women and kids, because I believe that Africa has been shown so many times in a bad way. Everything they used to show in the past, they used to show Africa with kids, you know, not like undressed, not clean, with a big stomach, starving, or that's the bad image of Africa that they used to show. And I wanted to say, no, this is not Africa. This is not our continent. This is not how I want people to see my continent. I want people to know that we have brilliant doctors, that we have amazing sports people, that we have very good ambassadors of the continent. So that's why I set up this foundation and trying to give back to the community, and to show that also, if I manage to make a career like this, like you guys, you can do it easily. That's why.
I am Andrea from Cabo Verde. We really appreciate your presence and everything you are talking here. I write before because I speak Portuguese, so I have to write. I want to ask you how you relate football, your country of origin, and responsible tourism. And if you have plans in your country that can relate these three things.
I think I kind of answered the question a bit with when I said that you know, I'm with football. We travel to different places. This could be very interesting to see, my brother, how we can make things happen and really materialize this ambassadorship and have some actions plans in place for this. I believe there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to do, and I'm really ready to be part of it, because obviously you are the one who are gonna go back home and say, hey, I went to this place and I've met X, Y, Z from this country or this other country, and maybe one day I'm gonna go and visit him, you know, and we're gonna have some activities together. So it's all related, and I like to say that movement is life. Movement is life. So the more you move, the more active you are, the more healthy also you get. So what you're doing now is inspirational because you're going to inspire all your friends from your generation and the generations coming. So you need to stay active, you need to travel, you need to meet people, you know, just for your brain to keep on being creative, and I love that. So we're going to see how we can do something.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Ferdinando, I'm Italy. Who was the strongest player you meet?
The strongest player I've met is Ronaldo. Wait. Do you know who I'm talking about? I say Ronaldo.
He didn't say
No, I didn't say Cristiano.
He did not say Cristiano.
I say Ronaldo, the Brazilian. Fenomeno.
Bonjour, je suis du Congo-Brazzaville.
Bonjour.
J'ai 2 questions.
Oui.
La première, vous avez un fils, Isaac Drogba, et il joue actuellement au Folgore Karaté.
Who play for Galatasaray, and having such an important father at European and world level, does this affect at the psychological level? Do you help him to make his career easier, to manage this pressure? So it's true.
C'est particulier d'avoir un
To
papa.
have a father who got a nice career and being able to express his talent. I had a lot of chance because my son has got a great talent and he's a very nice person, I have to admit. So I told him, pressure is when you do not have food, when you have to fight for food. Pressure is when you don't have a ceiling, a house, your home, when you don't know where to sleep. This is real pressure. But having the chance to be next to me and to see my matches and participating to training, meeting stars, to meet so many Ronaldinhos, Messis, and Ronaldos will never be a pressure. And when you love football, it's never pressure. It's what you put in your head. It's what you imagine. You always tell yourself, probably it will be difficult because you don't play as your father, when your father didn't play the same way. But I have to say that this happened later. You have to enjoy the game.
Turn the pressure, the negative pressure, into a positive one. Ça, c'est le plus important.
Et la seconde, vous avez marqué l'histoire du football africain.
So the second question, you could not win the CAN. Do you regret something of your past? That's bad. This is not a mistake. I've got 2 regrets for my football career. Having lost the Champions League final with Chelsea against Manchester United and CAN 2012 in Gabon against Zambia. It's true. I've been playing in national team for 12 years. and I scored a lot, but I could not get this trophy. On the other hand, it's always very difficult for me, but on the other hand, I have to say that if I didn't have been playing in such a way in this national team, if I wouldn't have been contributed to the qualification to the World Cup, I've been participating to 4 or 5 of them, probably today Ivory Coast could not win what they gained today. So you can win soon after, but you can also contribute to the victory. You can be at the construction of the victory, and then you can let somebody else who will win. So all the youngsters who have been playing are the ones I've been playing with.
Excuse, parce que je crois qu'il y a quelqu'un qui n'a pas.
Didier, there is somebody who didn't understand because they didn't have the translation.
Did you guys understand anything, or would you like? Yes, you understood everything that he said. Question and answer. Okay, so can I kindly ask the young lady that normally supports us with the French language support to join us? Where is she?
It's okay. Next time I will only answer in
No,
English.
Didier. No,
it's fine.
that's okay. If anybody was here and was ready to support, otherwise it's okay. Where she's here. So, my dear, did you listen to the 2 questions and answers that were done now? Okay, can you make a very short translation for your colleagues? Sorry, Didier, about this. Because you said you were speaking in English, so they didn't take the language support. No, he cannot. You don't remember all of them.
No,
Well,
but
he asked about his son, right?
He asked about my son because my son played here. He's not playing here no more. He played in Karatese a year ago, and he was asking if it was difficult for him to play and to perform because his dad was famous and had this career. I said yes, it can be difficult, but for me, pressure is when you don't have when you have to look for a home to sleep. Pressure is when you don't have food, when you're struggling to have three meals a day. That's real pressure. But when you want to make football your life, it's not the same kind of pressure. You have to enjoy being on the football pitch. You have to turn it. You have to turn the pressure into something positive, something that will drive you in a positive way, like I did during my career. Yes, people will say, but you're not scoring goals like your dad, but it's okay. You have to find your own way. You have to score your own goals, and it takes time. It takes time. It took me time to get to that level. I joined a professional team only at age 19. Can you imagine? Age 19, it's late now. So he's got time, and I'm really proud of him. That's all I can say.
Hi, I'm Miskan from Cameroon. Je vais parler en anglais et en français, je suis camerounais.
Ah oui.
Bon, j'ai une question parce que j'aime le football.
I've got a question.
They just want me to go to school and become the doctor or the engineer, which I like to. But I like football because my quarter where I stay, football is the best. So, since like from some 5 years now, I've been juggling. Where they give me money to buy textbooks, I will first see whether I can buy the books before buying the textbooks. But I've been juggling, just making like this, and I've been succeeding in all the two. But I want you to give me je veux que vous me donnez un bon conseil peut-être, parce que si je prends un côté, si je vais partir pour le football, mes parents seront fâchés, peut-être ils vont, I will lose the confidence. And if I want to go for my parents, maybe I can lose my passion and all the rest. So doing this for me was it was not easy, but I thank God, and I want, speaking in front of the legend. The legend is just a few meters to me, so it was.
I can be even closer to you, my friend. Sit down, sit down. Sit. Okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Pressure, huh?
Yeah.
Now, that's exactly what I said before. The way you speak, your challenge is the same challenge that I experienced. You have to keep the parents happy. So what do you do?
I was focusing on school. I've been doing very well. I was in school. We had the top three. We were always fighting to be I was always fighting to be the first of the class. So my parents said that the only way they can allow me to go for the training session, also inclure formation, pour une semaine, c'est si je sors pour moi. Et des fois, je sortais deuxième, je vais pleurer jusqu'à parce que je sais que je vais parler. Et quand je sors premier, bon, je suis fier, mais pas seulement pour une semaine. Après une semaine, là, je commence à pleurer.
So I don't want you to cry no more.
Thank you.
So you have to be number one.
No, but now I'm in the university already, so.
Okay, so it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
But you have to keep the intensity and the quality of your schoolwork. It's very important because this is what is going to help you to discuss your next contract.
Yeah.
This is what's going to help you not to get fooled by an agent.
Yeah.
This is what is going to help you to say no to this offer and yes to this one. That's why it's important to go to school, and that's why I understood my parents when they told me, you have to go to school. You are lucky because they say you can play if you work well. Mine was like, you don't work well, no football. They still believe that you can play, but they want you to be good at school. So be good at school, my friend.
Thank you.
Okay? Perfect.
Bonjour, moi je suis Ketia de la République démocratique du Congo.
I am Katia from Republic of Congo. I'm really happy to see you. I don't see you only as a football player, but I like what you do. When you have been talking about Africa, there was a comment on a lady who said this woman is not African because in Africa there are only poor people who do not eat, who starve. What do you expect from us, from youngsters in Africa? We have to work more and more thanks to the image people have got of us. I would like to give us a message of hope to all the children and youngsters. What can I tell them to encourage them? What do they expect from us? Do you know how hard it is to fight once you are Africans?
It's
To say that was very complicated. As Ketsia, she asks, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to take sides, but every time you ask her a question, my heart just pounds, So I think, Didier, give me a hand, because in the first part of her question, she's basically saying that
she was happy.
Yes, no, that
when I spoke about
she's very
Africa.
touched. I'm sorry, I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
She is touched by your big heart. And she also recognized that there is, even for you from Africa, that you become successful abroad, the Africans in your own country or even in your own city, sometimes they sort of disregard you with distance.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something that hurts her very much. So she is saying, what are you expecting from us? Right, Ketsia?
Yeah.
What are you expecting from us, young African? Correct, Ketsia? Je traduis bien? Merci. Yes!
Oh.
Oh, wow! Congratulations! It's the National Day of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Please, Didier. Viens, Ketia, s'il vous plaît. Viens. Viens. Viens avec nous. Ça va, ma belle, ça va. Je sais, je sais. Moi aussi, je suis touchée. On pleure ensemble.
Merci. Reste avec moi. So I'm going to answer in English so everybody can understand. Because the first thing you said is, I want to thank you first of all, because you said that you recognize and you know everything I'm doing for. Wait. You recognize everything I'm doing, I'm trying to do on the continent for the youth. And it's this helped me to. It helps me to do more. So I will do more for you guys. I will always do more for you guys, because I've been you. You know, and I had to fight to find my way. You know, and I had to work. I had to work twice harder than others, because I was coming from this continent. And I went to school and I experienced racism, you know, and don't be sad, because I believe people act like that because they don't know you. They don't know your continent. They don't know where you're from. So you have to show them, you have to be proud and say, no, you know, yeah, we used to walk barefoot, but now we have shoes. And you know what? I invite you to my country. We've got buildings. You know, when you're freezing like this in Europe, come to our place. Suntan. Yeah? Come to our continent. Come to our country. See our food. Quality food. You know? Be proud of your country. Don't be sad. Show them the good way, the good things about your country. You know? And it's your turn now to inspire the next generation. You don't have to wait to be 40 something or 60. No, you can do it now. Now you have an amazing platform to show your friends and tell them, hey, you know what? Come to my country. I invite you. I want to show you my country. You will love it. You know, I went to Ivory Coast with some friends, and they were so scared. They were like, we have to sleep next to the airport because the country is, there's a red flag on the country. So if something happens, we need to be close to the airport so we can take the first flight and go back to, I'm like, you come into my country, you know. Come with me. You stay at my place, and I will take care of your security. And after 2 days, we are going back after 5 days. They called me, they say, Didi, we want to stay. I don't want to leave. And they start crying. So, you know, be proud of your country. Promote your country. And that's what tourism is about. And that's what we are doing here today. Okay? Give me a hand.
Wow. Didier, I have a proposal. Because I'm seeing like, that poor boy over there has been holding his hand on the angle for like maybe an hour. I'm seeing there's many questions. But obviously, there's going to have to come a time, this time, not the time of question, the time of we're going to have to release Mr. Drogba at some point. So I would kindly ask all of you to hold your horses for now. I mean, continue definitely, but we're going to stop at a certain point. You're going to continue. He's just arrived. He's with us, thank God, for 3 days. So you can also have your one-on-one time with him when you catch him around. So it's fine, even if you don't get your question immediately answered now. Sorry, Didier, but may I propose that because that boy, I'm afraid he's just going to remain like this for like a week. You know?
Listen, I'm here for them. I don't know if the time allows us, but I want to take my time and answer to all their questions because, you know, that's why I'm here for. You know, I'm here for you guys, so ask me anything you want to ask.
Hi Drogba, my name is Simone. I'm also a striker and you are my idol since I was a kid. And I inspired by you playing.
Thank you.
But my question is, do you have a great relationship with Jose Mourinho? And did he push it so hard to take you to Chelsea?
First of all, thank you for being you and you're a striker, right?
Yes.
You're scoring a lot of goals. You know the signature, right?
Hai detto se fai molti gol.
Abbastanza.
No, I have, in fact, I have a very good relationship with Jose Mourinho. I call it Dad because he came. I played against him in 2004, and I scored obviously against his team. And that day, at halftime, he said, "Do you have some cousins in Africa like this? You have some cousins because I want someone like you." And I said, "Oh, there's a lot of people better than me in Africa. Come to Ivory Coast, you will see a lot of players much better than me." He's like, okay. See you one day. And a few months later, he signed me in Chelsea. And we started a lifetime, I want to say that, a lifetime relationship because I said to him one day, I said, "You changed my life as a man. You helped me to see my work, my job from a different angle, and you made me a better man, and you allow me, and you gave me this chance to make my family more comfortable. So really, I'm grateful for my family, and I will never forget what he did for me."
Now, I have to make a comment. I'm a nice Roma fan, so I'm really touched by what you said. Thank you very much for
Pleasure.
that.
My dream was to take a photo with you, but
we will take many pictures together.
Many pictures after that. Don't worry about it. Wait. I have a proposal. Do you want your hug? Poi il tuo abbraccio? There you go.
Where's your phone?
Give it to one of your friends. There you go.
Nice smile.
Oh, again.
And now, where's the microphone? I would like to hear a girl. I like the idea of the girls and the boy.
Hello, I'm from Sudan. I'm from Sudan.
You from Sudan?
Yes.
Khartoum.
Yes. What's the secret to have good knee slides?
A good field.
Okay.
Good and wet. Otherwise, it can turn bad. I'm always happy when I hear about Sudan and Khartoum. You know why?
Why?
because in 2005, I went there for the first time and the only time in my life. I went there for 2 days. And these are 2 days that I will never forget. And every time you will talk to me about Khartoum, I will always have a smile like this, because this is the place where we qualified for the first World Cup of Ivory Coast. So this is where I qualified for my first World Cup, and this is something that I will never, never forget. So shout out to Khartoum.
Thanks.
All right. Hello, I'm Naya. I'm from
Hello.
Syria. I wanted to ask you, what responsibility do football players hold in terms of sustainable tourism?
Wow.
Right?
I only ask complicated questions.
But that's a good one. You know, to be honest, I don't think the first thing that comes in mind is, for a football player, is responsibility for tourism. Instead, we just enjoy tourism. We just enjoy it, but we don't really think about it as something very important. But when you see, every time the season finishes, everybody wants to go abroad. Some people are going to Greece, some to the US, to Africa, Asia. So it's linked. It works together. But for me, tourism is very important, because it helps me to travel here. You know, when I come back from a place, from a trip, I sit down at home and I'm like, wow, this place has been amazing. You know, I've been enjoying this place, and many years later I think about it. You know, so like when I came last night, we were driving and I was thinking about Napoli, because I came here and to play against the team from here, and it was something that is still in my head. So it creates memories, you know, so like everlasting memories. So it's really nice. I don't know if I answered the question actually.
Hey, my name is Abdel Basit. I'm from Algeria, and I just wanted to show my love to you and that I'm really nervous. I wanted to ask your opinion about two things. Did you watch the World Cup qualifiers?
Yes, I did.
I wanted to ask about
Okay, go on.
the Algeria versus Cameroon match.
Yes.
Do you think that is fair? Not fair. It's not fair.
Come. No fight. No, I think these are things that really happens in football. You know, when you win, you think it's fair, everything was fine, and when you lose, you're like, no, it's not fair, and you're complaining, but they qualified, you not. Next one. I mean, don't be sad. You won the African Cup like a year ago or 2 years ago, and now I understand it's always difficult not to qualify for a World Cup, but that's part of the game. That's part of the game, and next year you have to go again, and I'm sure you will qualify. Okay?
I'm not finished. I still.
Oh, next one. Let's shake his hand. You know, like.
Oh, yeah.
Next one.
Next one is harder.
Yeah. Okay.
Your opinion on Thierry Henry?
Thierry Henry?
Yeah.
Oh. So you're asking me a question, my opinion on my friend.
Oh, really? He's your friend?
Yeah.
But there's a rivalry, you know.
Rivalry?
Not a rivalry, but like people compare y'all.
Yeah, people always compare me, him, and other strikers. I have to be honest, and Thierry Henry, when Thierry Henry won the World Cup, I was in my sofa supporting him because he was age 20, and I was identifying myself as I mean him. You know, I'm like, wow, he's young and he's winning the World Cup. Him and David Trezeguet at the time, and my dream is to play or to win a World Cup like him. So for me, he's been an inspiration, and I cannot compare myself to him because he's someone that inspired me. So when I went to the Premier League and I played against Arsenal, I always wanted to do well to show him that, hey, TT, I'm here. You know, like there's another striker that you inspired who's here, and we are really, really good friends, and we always talk about that, and it's really fun.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Hi, I'm over here. I'm Yana from Montenegro, and I have, well, it's a simple question.
Yeah.
What do you think about women's football, and do you think that the woman can be as successful as the man is or can be?
Are they not already as successful as the men?
Like,
For me, I think they are. For me, I think they play better quality football than the men. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. You know, I was the ambassador, one of the ambassador of the FIFA 2019 Women's World Cup, and I was not surprised because I've been following the women's game for many years, and trust me, a lot of them can play in a men's team. You know, and this is something that I will always support, and I'm pretty sure because they learn faster than men. Okay, and they do things with more, I don't know, it's more quality. More quality. Yes, we are good, we are physical, yes, but I trained with some players. I'm sure they cannot do what these women are doing. So keep going. I will tell them keep going, and you know, the world is yours anyway.
Alors, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Je suis Amira du Cameroun.
I am Amira from
J'aimerais juste
Cameroon.
vous partager.
I would like to share my admiration. You are my idol, not in the football world, but the way you admit in front of the world when you have been talking about Africa and the image of Africa, children who are starving. I felt really concerned because in 2019 I have been participating to the 30th anniversary of the Convention of the United Nations in New York, and during my period I went to the United Nations, and there was a child and who told me, pay attention not to get lost in the street because in Africa you don't know that. But I felt so really disturbed. I didn't know how to answer. He was in front of me, and then I passed by and I didn't say a word. I just ask you, what is the reaction one of us should have in front of this action? What do you think when which is the behavior we should have?
I just want to say that I am really sorry that you experienced these kind of things, and it should never happen. But I believe you had the best reaction. You know, you had the best reaction. You just continue walking and doing your thing. But as much as I defend my continent when it comes to racism, I defend the world. You know, racism is against Africans, black people, but you know, sometimes even between Africans there is racism. You know, so this is something also that we have to fight. And I'm sure here Asian people are facing it. I'm sure, I mean, we have to break this. We have to stop this. You know, and what you've experienced should push you to be a part of this new movement. You know, okay?
Hello, I'm Emile. I'm from Switzerland, and I'm a bit nervous because the Champions League final 2012 was the first match that I viewed live, and I lived in Germany at that time, so I was naturally a fan of Bayern Munich.
I'm sorry, man.
But
I had to.
I understand.
Now I understand why you're nervous.
But I was so amazed, especially by your football, that at the end I wasn't even sorry that we lost. And I wanted to ask you if during your career at any point you considered moving to the German Bundesliga, and if maybe Bayern Munich tried to buy you after you defeated them.
No. I never had the chance to play for a German team, and to be honest, I would have accepted, but I'm so scared of the cold. It would have been very difficult for me. I would be struggling, man. It's too cold.
So, Didier, I know that you want to sit and answer all the question of these fantastic children, but if we calculate 1 minute per child, you're gonna stay here another 3 hours. So, I'm gonna have to intervene, and I'm gonna give space, if you allow me, for the last 3 questions. And then I will just like to remind you that Didier is not leaving. He's with us. He's going to be with us this afternoon. So whenever you want to ask him more football questions and stuff, I'm sure he's going to be delighted to continue the conversation with you. And if you behave today, we might find another space for this. Yeah? So I want you to decide among yourself who is going to have to ask that question that it's so urgent. Okay? Saud, you like your colleague, you've been holding your hand up for an hour, so I would like to give you the space for that.
Hello Didier, my name is Utsharida, from the Kingdom of Bahrain. First of all, it's an honor sitting right in front of you, and I've been speechless the moment you walked in. And I've been I wanted to ask you this question about discipline. So you being the amazing player you are, of course you had some discipline while working and being on the top level you are right now in. So I just wanted to ask you, myself, I'm always willing to do the work, but I somehow managed to find out that I'm not that disciplined as I should be to be at the level I want to be in work or like in studying. So any tips of advice and on how to be a very disciplined person? For example, when I wake up, I want to think, oh, I want to be this person, so I have to work now instead of just delaying my work and postponing it to another day. So any tips on being very disciplined and just willing to do the work?
Whatever answer you give, that's good for me as well. So thank you.
Well, where do I start? It's already a very good thing that you acknowledge it. It's a very good thing that you see it and you know it. And that's the beginning. That's the beginning. But then, after that, there's few more steps. But you've done the most important one, is to recognize that, yeah, you are not that disciplined. So from the minute you've done that, you're already progressing. Now the next step is to give yourself some instructions, to say, okay, it's like a challenge. Okay, today I'm going to do 1 hour of focus on what I want to achieve. Okay, and you will, sometimes you start because you want to do it, and here comes the first difficulty. And like, oh, and you leave it for the next day. I've been there as well, I know. So you have to try to force yourself to say, okay, it's difficult, but I can find a solution. I can ask someone for help. And you know what? Find a friend who's struggling as well, or someone who's better than you to help you. So you catch up. So you find a good rhythm. It's a question of rhythm as well. Trust me, you're not the only one. I think all of us here, we had a moment where we're like, oh, okay, I'll leave it for tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, and then and the next day, and then you never start. So you never achieve. So if you want to achieve something, you have to go for it. You have to, when people say, yeah, you have to work hard to make it, this is the hard work. It's here sometimes.
Didier, if you allow me, I know she doesn't want to be in the spotlight now, but we were joined by Valeria Mazza, your fellow ambassador for responsible tourism.
Good, and you? Welcome. Thank you.
I'm the godmother of this summit.
Yes. Please, our godmother.
As an Argentinian, thank you. As an Argentinian, soccer is in my blood.
I know.
So I was funny when they asked you between Ronaldo and Messi, because I was going to ask you between Messi and Maradona, but but no, I'm not going to go.
Thank you. Don't go there.
No. Maybe this one is more difficult. I just want to know, what do you think, which country has more possibility of winning the next World Cup? Qatar. Who is winning Qatar? No, Qatar, no, in Qatar. Qatar.
It's
Yeah. I mean, it's a competition, so they all have the same choice.
I mean, yeah, I think, when I was playing, even though we knew that there were like bigger teams than my team, we went to the World Cup to win it.
Of course.
Everybody wants to win it. Everybody. There's 32 or more teams now. We all want to win it, but there's only one that can achieve that. And my dream would be to see an African team winning it. And it could maybe happen this year with a very good team of Senegal and all the other African team who improved so much, but the competition is crazy. The competition is crazy, and especially when I see that Argentina is doing well. They won the Copa America, and they're coming now with big desire from Messi, who's going to maybe play his last World Cup. He's going to give everything. So I think it's an open one. It's very open.
If Argentina wins, I will be more happy for Messi than from Argentina because I think it will be very nice for him.
It's going to be very nice, very nice. But a lot of teams wants this to happen as well. Like Qatar, I don't know.
Valeria, as you suggested, I realized that Evani wanted to ask a question.
Hola, mi nombre es Evani, soy de Paraguay. No sé si hablas español.
Hello, my name is Ivani from Paraguay.
Y si has pasado por alguna situación mala para valorar lo que tienes ahora.
I love the way they express themselves, you know, it's just amazing. She's, of course, full of emotions now, and she wants to know if you went through hard times that make you value even more what you're having now.
Nah, she wants to get me emotional. Yeah, I've been through hard times. I think I'm gonna speak about the ones when I was playing. You know, I said it before. I was an amateur playing in Paris, in a suburb in Paris, and then I moved to a professional team, Le Mans. You know, where there is the 24 hours race, Le Mans. You know, it's 2 hours drive from Paris. So I moved there. And when I was playing in Paris, I was training only once or twice a week and going to the games. Sometimes I was not even training during the week. Go to the game, score my 2 goals, go home. And then I go to a professional team and everything changes. I have to train twice a day for 1 week and then play the game. And my body couldn't support. So you see me now happy, smiling, but I went through a lot of injuries, bad injuries. I broke my bone on my 5th metatarsal here on the left. I have a screw. I have a screw here. I broke my bone here on my right side, metatarsal as well. I have another screw. But the worst one was when I broke my ankle, and I was playing during a game, and I did a tackle, and my foot just got stuck on the pitch, and then next minute I hear a lot of noise, and I'm screaming, and I hold my leg like this, and I see my ankle going this way, and I fainted, and then I had to go through surgery. And rehabilitation, and it's the most difficult part because my contract was only 1 year, and I was praying every day that the club would keep me after so many injuries. So it was very, very difficult because I was alone. My parents were not there, so I was alone. I was 20 years old, and I mean, I was fighting to make it, so it was very, very difficult. But then I start thinking, is this the life of a football player? You know, and I was watching a video, and I've seen players having injuries, my idols sometimes having injuries, and I listened to them, and the injury is part of the game, is part of football. So rather than being sad for too long and crying and being scared of not making it, I turned it in a different way. This is part of my job, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to use this time to learn more about my job, like about my teammates, about how to play with them, how do I behave when I'm playing, what should I do to be better? So it was a difficult moment, but every time I was coming out of this moment and I start playing again, I appreciate the game more. I really was really happy being back playing, and I would give my 200%, to perform. So through this difficult time, I managed to learn about my body. Why do I get injured? So to make sure that next time, if I do this exercise or if I play this way, I have to be careful. It means that an injury is coming or something like that. So, it's difficult, but at the same time, it's really helping me to be stronger. And I always came back stronger after that. I always scored a goal when I was coming out of an injury. I don't know why, but
it's called motivation, I guess.
Motivation, yeah.
So, as I announced, I am very sorry. I know all of you. There's all of you that want to ask him questions. So you have to go to eat as well. You have to go to eat. What? All of a sudden, you're not hungry and tired anymore? Yeah? You want to stay here for 5 hours? So, okay. Didier, as I said, is with us. And his generosity, I think, we don't need to explain. And as he said before, he came for you. So don't worry, you're going to have your time. For now, I would like you to all say thank you very much to Mr. Didier Drogba. And everybody for a picture? Yeah? Not just selfies, we need group pictures.